So today I'm going to run through a couple of pack rafts. I've got the Kokopelli XPD and the NRS Riffle here. I'm going to go through some of the features and figure out what one's going to be right for you. So just a quick overview of both boats. Within Kokopelli and NRS's range, they both sit in about the same category. They're designed with a bit heavier material compared to their lighter boats. Now the NRS Riffle is really tailored as a fishing specific pack raft, and it's their newest offering in the fishing space. The XPD's been around for a while. This is the old model. They're coming out with a new model for 2024. For many years you'd really gravitate towards if you want a heavier boat, throw it in the back of the car, bash around, pull it over rocks, fish out of, all that sort of stuff. It's a really burly boat and it's made with nice thick material. Technically more durable on paper. Now, new on the XPD for 2024, we've got a overall lighter construction, 500 denier tube material, and that sheds 1.3 kilos off the overall weight, coming in at 4.8 kilos and packing down to a nice small size. Now, the really unique thing about the NRS Riffle is the material it's made from. It's made from a PVC-free nylon with a TPU coating on both the inside and the outside. So basically what that means is if the outside layer is abraded or damaged, you've got the inside layer of TPU as a backup. Now the seams on the NRS Riffle have an RF welded construction where the material is overlapped and welded together, which creates a mechanical bond between the two layers. Now this ensures 100% air retention, unlike sewn seams with seam tape on the outside. Now a couple of key differences between the two boats. The XPD comes with a short inflatable seat and no back band, whereas the Riffle comes with a full inflatable floor and an inflatable seat. So as far as comfort, I lost the streamer just then. Now I've paddled a few pack rafts now, and by far I think the Riffle is the most comfortable and spacious boat that I've ever been in. Internal dimensions as well, the Riffle's a bit wider compared to the XPD, and as far as length goes, again, just slightly longer. You can stretch your feet out a bit more and have more gear in the boat internally. So one thing to keep in mind with the size internally of the XPD is it's very narrow on the legs, and the XPD doesn't come with a back band, so for me, it's all right, but I'm still leaning up against the end of the boat. If I had a back band, I'd have it about there, and you can see my knees are tucked up. Now, I usually like to have a few bits of gear or a little fishing bag in between my legs that I can access when I'm fishing, and with the XPD plus the back band, it's just a little bit harder and a little bit more cramped. Something to keep in mind, a bit bigger on the Riffle. Now, as far as tie downs go, they both have D-rings and loops here and there. We've got 4 on the front of the Riffle with these fabric loops, and we've got these D-rings here on the XPD, so pretty similar there. And on the back, a couple of D-rings and loops on both boats to secure gear down. Now, as far as T-zips go, the Riffle only comes with a T-zip. The XPD is available with a T-zip or without, so something to keep in mind as well if you want to store gear inside the boat. Now for me, I find myself fishing a lot of the time, and fishing out of pack rafts as well is something I'm really been getting into recently. But the XPD doesn't have quite the amount of features that the Riffle does for a fishing specific boat. Now, a few of those features, we've got reinforced panels at the foot here. So if you're wearing wading boots, it's gonna keep things nice and durable. And again, they're welded in there. We've got a nice rod holder in the back. We've got 2 rod holders in the back so you can store your reel and send the rod out the back. This inflatable seat you can flip down and sit on top of so you get a bit higher off the water to cast with. These nice grab handles at the front to move around and do portages and pull off rock bars and things as well. So as far as fishing specific features, the Riffle wins on that category. Now as far as hull shape, the Riffle's got a nice pointed bow, whereas the XPD's got a blunt nose. Now I find that the Riffle tracks a little straighter and doesn't tend to spin around once you stop paddling and you're casting. That being said though, the XPD does come with a removable tracking fin. If you're running shallow rivers and scraping on rocks, you're gonna want to take that fin off. So it's a bit of a gamble, but without the tracking fin, the XPD does tend to spin around when you stop paddling to cast. Now, one more key difference between the two boats, and I find this is a really key thing for a fishing specific boat, is the Riffle's a self-bailer, whereas the XPD has a bathtub floor. Now, if you're getting in and out of the boat to pull over and fish from the bank, it's gonna bail water out nice and easily. Being a bathtub floor as well though, it's gonna be nice and dry internally, but if you get water in, it's not gonna bail out. But yeah, something to keep in mind being a self-bailer versus a bathtub floor. Now overall, I'm really, really impressed with the NRS Riffle. It's a great pack raft, great fishing specific pack raft, really nice and durable. All the features I've mentioned really lend themselves to fishing. If you're keen to check it out, come and check it out in store. We've got one set up on the shop floor. Come and have a play with it.